special Thursday coffee talk. All right, let's start with the theme. What is this week's theme? Independence and your mortgage. So 4th of July. And make sure I am sharing my screen. Yes, so let's start with some. What is this known for? Fireworks. Of course, a lot of times the day starts with, at least the way I used to do it, start the day with a nice walk on the boardwalk and enjoying barbecue or hamburger and all those American food that I personally also enjoy, and then fireworks at the beach. So this was actually my last 4th of July in Fort Lauderdale that I celebrated, but today is not about just that aspect. It's actually happy almost 4th of July. So everybody have a moment with me because I'm going to give a real tribute, because the story of American independence and the story of American real estate have been the same story since 1776. Wow. So if you're an investor and you're chasing your next purchase, this is actually your history too. Bear with me. I just want to make sure I am getting my logistics on the share of some images that I have for you guys. Started with the right image here. Okay, here we go. So I unfortunately kept a lot of things open and my tabs are full. Let's close all this here so I don't get confused on what I'm sharing with you guys. There we go. You guys, it's on my second screen. Okay. There we go. Millions of acres. That's what it says, right? So the founding link, the Declaration of Independence, gives us life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But yes, but here's the part people miss. In colonial America, owning land wasn't just personal, it was civic, it was voting, holding office. A lot of that ran through property ownership. See, acres for land and improvements. Some more images. You can see kind of the states that got this a little bit more, the Middle East. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Millions of acres. So people were coming to America to work the land and it was given to them. Okay. So a lot of ran through property partnership and ownership. Independence and owning property were never two separate ideas in this country. They were born together. All right, now let's go into 1862. The Homestead Act. The government hands out land to anyone willing to work. Okay, so I kind of, this is part of still this section here. And that's in 1862. I am not the best in history. Actually, that's how I felt in high school. That was not my best, but I wanted to still give you some images along with the framework, right, of how things went and evolved. And land was basically given an American heritage, your own home. And those were, you can see the counties here. Those are just some example. And the government hands out the land to anyone willing to work it. This is the original version of sweat equity. Your labor was your own down payment. By the way, we still have some of those opportunities when it comes to Habitat for Humanity. They do sweat equity. Whoever is going to be the owner of this property has to be some sweat equity in it. So it's only certain people who can qualify for those. Then there's the marketing era. If you love your family, you own your home. So this is the era then that becomes culturally early in the mid 1900s, as like this start showing up everywhere. Own your own home. The dream becomes something you're sold, not just something you are given. Okay. Then we go into the boom. Then the GI Bill after World War II, homeownership explodes. We have subdivisions. Suburbia is born. And this becomes the version of the dream most of us grew up with. Dream of homeownership. Okay, those subdivisions, those homes. So to give you a little visual as I was basically sharing this information with me once. So today, you're about to make, you're part of a 250-year-old story about what it means to be free in this country. That's actually really worth sitting for and reflect on. Even myself, as a migrant, first generation, came to the US in 1993. Bought my first home. FHA, 3.5% down. I've lived the American dream of homeownership. Now, here's where I want to bring it back to you, because you guys aren't just watching history, you're living the next chapter of it. For a lot of our founders and the families who came after them with a homestead claim and a shovel, property was freedom. It was proof they weren't going to answer to anyone else. No landlord, no king, no middleman. So my question to you today, investors or buyers, both, what does independence actually mean in your portfolio, in your next purchase? Is it the income? Is it the equity? Is it the control? The legacy you've built or you're building for your kids? Because I'll bet it's not just a number on their closing statement. And here's the harder question. Are you chasing that next deal because it truly moves you toward independence, or just because it's the next deal? That's worth, again, taking a moment and just honestly with yourself before you make an offer this quarter. Sit with it. Have that moment of reflection. So drop in the chat, what does independence mean to you as an investor or a buyer right now? I really want to read a few of those. And if you're sitting on a decision this summer, a purchase, a refi, an exit, let today be the day you get honest about why you are making it. That's the real tribute. All right. That is all that I want to share with you today. Wanted to just make it about moments of reflection of investing in real estate, what it means, how it started, and also as I'm sharing this, really more even as myself personally, as a person who came from a family or is an issued from a family that owns real estate in the French system and moved to America and ended up expanding that mindset of homeownership. My freedom for me is being able to, having owned this home since 1999, and it was a roof over my head that I did house hacking, as I've shared before. My brother lived with me, so there was two heads. I was gonna say myself and my brother. That my mom was still supporting us in being students. So he was a student. I had just graduated, but being able to actually have other tenants pay for the mortgage, pay for the way. This property, I still own it. It gave me the freedom to also have income coming in, access to equity to purchase my next home in a Swanee area. So owning real estate for me has always been, because of my surrounding, an opportunity for freedom. My mother still owns real estate. It's an income extra for retirement. It is also work. So something to consider, how much of it you want to actually invest, right? So just wanted to share with you what that has been for me. And it was a moment of reflection because today I was like, you know what? We're not going to do a live. This is about 4th of July. We're going to barbecue and all those fun and fireworks and everything, which by the way, I am currently not in the US, so I don't get to experience that raw moment. But it's still 33 years of my life experiencing this every year. So again, just want to leave you with the history, but what history are you building yourself? That's it. That's it for today. All right. See you guys on the next one.